Welcome to Module 7 of the CPA Quantum Traffic course. And in this particular module, I'm going to talk about email marketing traffic. And this is a really important module to put a focus on, because I think if there's anything that you're going to be doing online, even outside of CPA marketing, I think email list building is extremely important. I know that in the past you might have heard from some internet marketing gurus talking about that email is dead. And it's simply not true. Email is far from being dead. It's very much alive, and in fact, I believe is probably the best thing that you could possibly do for your online career. Is if you're doing anything online, whatever market you're in, whether it's CPA marketing or whether you're trying to promote something on ClickBank in a particular niche, email marketing really should be the first thing that you got to be. You got to build a list. Okay, you got to continue to build a list in a particular market, because that list is an asset. That's something that you own, and that's something that can't be taken away from you. There's no quality scores that can affect your list. There's no having to go out and buy traffic when it comes to building your own list or sending an email out to your list. Very powerful form of marketing, and should be part of any sort of traffic arsenal as far as marketing is concerned. Now, I know that you guys have heard the saying, the money is in the list, and it's very much true. The money is truly in the list. Now, the amount of money that you're going to make is dependent on a number of things, such as the size of your list, the relationship that you built in the list, the quality of the subscribers on your list. But what makes email marketing so lucrative is that you control the traffic and the marketing message. I don't know of any faster method of driving traffic to offers or to your own website by simply sending out an email. A well-written email to your prospects or your customers and redirecting them to a particular website. Okay, I mean, with paid traffic, yeah, you can go out there and you can start buying traffic within hours. But as far as free traffic is concerned, once you've built a list and you send out a message to your email list, you can start seeing instant good quality traffic. The other thing that makes email marketing so lucrative is that email marketing has an entire backend. I mean, the online marketing game has evolved dramatically over the last 15 years since I started. I mean, when I first started online, believe it or not, it was way back in '97. There was no such thing as autoresponders. I mean, autoresponders was a fairly new thing. Now, welcome to today, and there's so many things that you can do with an autoresponder. And really, with email marketing, it's the back end that can be much more lucrative than the front end when it comes to making money online, especially with CPA marketing. Because I want you to think of maybe the front end as simply being the tip of the iceberg. Everybody knows that the 90% of the iceberg is really below the water, and that's really the back end where you can make a lot more money. And you see a lot of marketers in the internet marketing field who make most of their money on the back end. I mean, they bring prospects through their sales funnel with maybe a $7 offer or cheap offer on the front end, and then they pitch them to $500 to $1,000 programs, all the way up to $5,000 coaching programs, slowly increasing the lifetime value of that particular customer. So you can see bringing in a $7 prospect through your funnel and eventually selling them on a $5,000 coaching program, how lucrative building a list can be. And the same thing can be done with CPA marketing. I mean, you can bring them in with a low-end CPA product or commission, like a $2 or $1 zip submit, up to a $7 short form submit. Promote the CPA offers in the funnel, but there's nothing to stop you from promoting related products into whatever market you're in for on ClickBank, or even high-end products. If you can find a high-end product that pays you a $500 commission in a particular market that you've built a list in from CPA marketing, it can go a long way towards helping you pay your initial costs. Now, what I'm going to be teaching you in this particular video is how to build an opt-in list in a particular market, a particular CPA market, and then promote related CPA offers on complete autopilot. In fact, I'm going to show you an exact example of a path that I created in the baby market, and how I built the front end, and then how I made money on the back end promoting related CPA offers to that particular baby market. And it worked extremely well. I mean, I built a list of literally thousands and thousands of, believe it or not, double opt-in subscribers on the back end, and then built a funnel that allowed me to make commissions on the back end and increase the lifetime value of that particular prospect. Because really, when you capture the prospect onto your list, you now control them, and it's free to promote continuously via email until the prospect literally unsubscribes. So I mean, you could pack a 52 message follow-up on an autoresponder that goes out every single week on autopilot while you sleep, promoting related offers and make money until obviously the prospect tells you that they want to unsubscribe. And ultimately, the most power that comes out of an email list is that email allows you to develop a relationship with that prospect, whereas otherwise, if you're direct linking to a CPA offer, you're an invisible middleman. They don't even know you exist, and you can't develop that relationship that'll eventually allow you to start promoting products that might end up giving you a $50 to $100 to $500 to $1,000 commission on the back end by promoting to them. So keep that in mind when it comes to email marketing and doing CPA marketing. Now, basically, there's two ways of doing email marketing when it comes to promoting CPA offers. I mean, there's the mass email marketing campaigns that you can do where you send out emails to millions of people. And then there's the small niche email lists. And when it comes to I'll cover both and the pros and the cons of doing both. But essentially, that is the two ways that CPA offers are being promoted via email even today. Now, let's talk about mass email marketing. Now, mass email marketing basically is where you are sending out CPA offers to hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of prospects on email lists. And generally, these aren't even your own email lists. These are lists that you go and you rent from list brokers or people who have these opt-in lists, and then you send offers to that particular list. Now, in order to get to becoming a mass email marketer, and I mean most of the guys who push a huge amount of daily volume on CPA networks are email marketers, and most of these guys have their you need to have your own servers, okay? Because emails are not going to be coming from any third-party email provider generally. It's going to be coming from your own servers, and what that's going to require is it's going to require you to go out there and purchase blocks of IP addresses, because you need to be sending all of these bulk emails through your own IP addresses. So, and it doesn't come cheap. I remember speaking to the people at affiliate.com, and since they do their own email marketing, I remember that when I was speaking to one of their affiliate managers, it literally costs millions of dollars sometimes to acquire these blocks of IP addresses. And the reason sometimes why you need to buy a block of IP addresses is to make sure that your emails are being delivered in a timely fashion and they're not being blocked. Okay. Now, when it comes to getting the list, you're going to have to pony up money to purchase or rent lists of millions of names. And I'm not talking about going out and purchasing these a million email addresses on a CD for $9. I'm talking about these are generally legitimate lists, opt-in lists built in a variety of markets, whether it's dieting or BizOp, that you would go out and you would rent. So you need to really, if you want to become a mass email marketer, you will need to invest a considerable amount of money in doing that. And the other problem with mass email marketing is, regardless of the description of the list that you rent, it's always going to lead to spam complaints. So you got to be careful of that. You don't want to run afoul of the FTC or anybody who's trying to crack down on spammers. Even though the list might not be, completely opt-in. I mean, you should work with a company that can ensure you that they've scrubbed all the email addresses through a filter where they're all people who have requested to receive offers, and that generally most of these people who do rent out the lists, they run the emails through what's called a suppression list, or a list of people who have requested not to receive opt-in emails advertising a variety of different products. So this is a considerable investment if you want to do CPA marketing via email to millions of people. Now, what I recommend that you do, and what most people do who are small-time players, is to build small niche lists. And you need really very little money to get started. All you really need to do is get monthly list hosting, and that can be as cheap as $17 a month to get unlimited email lists. And like I said, it's very, very little money. Okay, and basically what you do is you build lists in very specific niches. And I've built lists in the car market, in the baby market, in the home market, in the education market. And the reason why I've done that is so that I can email specific CPA offers to those particular lists because it becomes all related. And it also allowed me to build a whole backend sequence of follow-up messages completely set up on autoresponders. I mean, it takes a bit of time, guys. I mean, you gotta put that initial effort into to building your backend. And I'm not going to lie and say to you that it's going to take you just a few minutes. It could take as much as a day just to set up a whole backend sequence. But once it's set up, then it pretty much goes on autopilot, except maybe the testing and the tweaking that you might do over time in order to increase the profitability of that back end. Now, why email marketing when it comes to CPA marketing? Well, one of the things that I touched upon when I first started this particular video, recording this particular video, was I told you that it gives you the ability to compete against higher bidders. And what do I mean by that? I mean by that is that generally the big guys, or the guys who are making the most money when it comes to CPA marketing, the high rollers, they're not SEO specialists, okay? They're not guys who are spending months trying to get ranked high on Google or submitting videos all the time to YouTube. Generally, they're paid traffic guys. I mean, if they want to scale up to $100,000 days, they don't worry about natural SEO. They go out and they buy the traffic, whether it's with media buys, whether it's with sponsoring YouTube videos, whether it's with pay-per-click or pay-per-view. They'll go out there and they'll buy the traffic. Now the problem is when the market becomes competitive, it drives the prices up. And I'm sure that if you've done any sort of direct link with CPA marketing on Google AdWords or MSN Ad Center, you've run into the problem that the market can get very competitive and very, very crowded. Now, by building an email funnel and promoting to a prospect 15 to 20 to 30 times over the course of a few months versus direct linking to a CPA offer and never ever capturing the prospect's email address will give you a significant advantage over your competition, because the lifetime value of that prospect, when they go through your funnel and they fill out 3 or 4 different offers that you send their way, that's going to go a long way towards allowing you to bid higher on the search engines, because now the lifetime value of that prospect, instead of being a $2, let's say a $2 zip submit, they might end up being a $10 revenue stream for you over the course of the back end. And instead of bidding $1 to make $2 on the pay-per-click search engines, maybe you could bid as much as $5, knowing that the lifetime value of that prospect is going to be $10. Now, bidding $5 versus $1 is going to bring you a significantly more amount of traffic than you would have ever got bidding $1 for, let's say, a particular market, and put you light years ahead of your competition. So that's another reason why you might want to seriously look at building an email list when it comes to CPA marketing. I mean, don't forget that there are other additional revenue streams that you can do with email marketing. I know at one point with my my home improvement list, I was sending them to articles on my website, and in these articles, and this was me trying to build goodwill with my list, but I wasn't. But I'm still here to make money. What I did was I ended up pointing them to different articles that would help them with their home improvement projects. But within these articles, I had AdSense ads. So I was basically sending people from my email list to my website and monetizing with those articles with the AdSense ads. People would come, they would read the articles, and they would click on the AdSense ads. And in some markets, you can make as much as $2 to $3 to $4 on just an AdSense click, especially when you go into like car financing or car insurance market. If you can write a well-written article that prospects like and drive them from your email list to your website, they can pay considerably a lot more when they click on the AdSense ad than a simple CPA offer. So keep that in mind. The other thing is that you can promote ClickBank products. I mean, there's a lot of ClickBank products related to whatever CPA market that you might be promoting that you can once again send prospects to. And when you're building lists outside of the internet marketing realm, I mean, when you hit your list with all the traditional internet marketing tactics, and if you've been doing internet marketing for any time long, you know what all the tactics are. I'm talking about the one-time offer, the upsells, the time clock countdown, the geographic targeting, where you put the person's city and state or province on the page or the landing page. I mean, a lot of these things are foreign to people who are not inside of the internet marketing realm. So when somebody in, let's say, the diaper market sees a one-time offer or an upsell, they'll be more compelled to act, because they generally haven't seen this tactic before, and it can work extremely well outside of the internet marketing realm. And I would probably say 99.9% of CPA offers out there are outside of the internet marketing realm. So this is something that you're definitely, whatever you've learned from internet marketing, is something that you definitely want to implement when it comes to non-internet marketing businesses or niches. Now, in order to get started, you're going to need a list server. Okay, and I highly recommend that some of the cheapest routes to get started with are aweber.com and getresponse.com. because with GetResponse you can start, I think, for as little as $17.95 a month, and with Aweber I think it's only about $19 a month. GetResponse, I think, can be a little bit more powerful in the sense is that they give you a little bit more analytics than the traditional Aweber package does for only $19. I mean, you can get analytics from Aweber, but it can cost considerably a lot more. But generally, these services are pretty much the same. Both provide unlimited follow-up messages and tracking on those follow-up messages, because as you develop your email campaign, you're going to want to track open rates on the different follow-up messages. You're going to want to track click-through rates on the URLs within these messages that are opened up, so that over time you can work on tweaking each and every single message so that it's driving up conversions and driving up the lifetime value of that particular prospect. Now, there's always been the age-old debate of single opt-in versus double opt-in, okay? And this is something that I'll leave entirely up to you, but I'm going to give you some of the pros and cons of both. The single opt-in method will lead to a lot more subscribers, considerably a lot more subscribers, but it will also result in a lot more spam complaints, okay? So that's something that you got to be careful of. I know that Aweber and GetResponse do give you the option of building single opt-in lists, but generally I found that things have changed a lot, where a lot of people put in dummy email addresses or email addresses of other people in hopes of getting whatever is being promised on the squeeze page. So that is something that you got to be aware of. That is something that you're going to have to deal with. Now, with that being said, with the double opt-in process, you are going to see a considerable lower sign-up rate. I mean, one market that I'm in, it's horrendous. I think I get a lot of subscribers on a daily basis, but I think the percent of people that confirm their email address through the double opt-in process is around 10%, meaning that I'm losing 9 out of every 10 subscribers for that particular market that I'm in, and it's atrocious, and it's something that I'm continually working on, trying to improve. And one of the things that I can recommend is that when you are building a double opt-in list, one of the things that you're going to want to do when the prospect submits their email addresses, you're going to want to really need to pre-sell them on the confirmation page, because generally what happens with the double opt-in list is the subscriber puts their name or their email address or simply their email address, and they're redirected to a page that basically tells them to confirm their email address. This is something that you can easily customize to pre-sell on the prospect. Maybe it could be reiterating some sort of bonus that they're going to get. Maybe reiterating the benefits of double opting, giving their email address and receiving whatever is being promised to them. And that is something that in your testing and tracking that you should be continually improving on, is getting how many people you can get to double confirm their email address. Because once they double opt in, they're on your list. They're on your list. They'll get all your follow-up messages. They'll get all your follow-up promotions until they basically click on the unsubscribe link. But if you are getting prospects to opt in and they're not double opting in, then you're, especially if you're driving paid traffic to your squeeze page, then that is a prospect that you've lost into cyberspace, and you can't monetize with a prospect that doesn't see your email messages. So keep that in mind. Now, here is a very, very popular squeeze page, and this is for a product called Double Your Dating, and this is by the pen name for the person promoting this is David D'Angelo, and this is really a business in itself that is driven by Eben Pagan. I know that many of you have heard of who Eben Pagan is. He's heavily involved in the dating market. He goes under the name of pen name David D'Angelo for the dating market, and this is a squeeze page that he's been using for years that has converted extremely well for him. And you can see it's nothing fancy. You don't have to get extremely fancy when it comes to creating a squeeze page. It's got a simple red headline and then 6 bullet points, and then the opt-in form right here with a privacy policy at the bottom. And I have noticed that these type of squeeze pages can convert extremely well when it comes to CPA marketing. So what my recommendation is the first thing that you want to do is you want to develop your first kind of, I guess you would say, your control page, your first squeeze page. And this whole form right here, this is a code that you will get from Aweber or GetResponse when you create your list on any of those services, that you simply paste into your your squeeze page, and then when a person puts their name and their email address, it'll automatically be added to that page. And depending on what type of list you're building, whether it's a single opt-in or a double opt-in, they will be sent to a page once they give their name and their email address that you specify at your list server. Now, just before I start talking about pre-pop, one of the important things about list building is that when you're building a list, you always want to be split testing your squeeze page, because when you first build your first control squeeze page, this page will in essence be your worst page, one of the worst pages that you'll ever create. Because after that, you're going to be slowly improving your page, slowly time over time. I mean, initially your opt-in rate might be 20%, and then you create a second variation of that squeeze page, and maybe it improves it to 25%. Then you create a third variation, and you improve it to 27%. But it's only going to happen through testing and tracking. You have to be doing that you'll be able to increase your opt-in rate. And it's very, very important that you do split test, especially if you're buying paid traffic, because the higher the conversion rate, the lower the cost per acquisition is of putting that prospect through your funnel. Now, one of the things that's very, very, very popular with CPA marketing and allows you to get paid literally by building your list is by pre-popping using CPA offers. And I'm going to basically give you the rundown of what pre-popping with CPA offers is all about, but I highly recommend that you do go to my blog post at www.goherchaudhry.com. That's my personal blog. Get paid to build a money-making email list, because this blog post will go into far more detail about pre-pop and getting paid to build a list. I mean, I'd love to get into detail here, but because I don't want this to end up being a 3 to 4 hour video, it's much better that you do go and visit the blog post. But generally what pre-pop means is it's short form for pre-populating. And you might have noticed that if you're already on some CPA networks, that some of these CPA offers will say something like pre-pop allowed. And what this means is it allows you to pre-populate the offer with the prospect's email address. And this was something that was developed generally to aid email marketers. And what the network will allow you to do is allow you to append to your affiliate link a simple code that will send the email address to the CPA offer and automatically pre-pop that CPA offer with the prospect's email address. And once the offer is pre-populated with the prospect's email address, all they literally have to do is click the submit button, and you get paid $1.50, $2, $2.50, depending on whatever the commission rate is for that CPA offer. I mean, generally with CPA offers, the email and zip submits, the prospect goes to the page, they got to fill out their email address, then they got to click submit. But with pre-pop, it makes it so much easier, because if you have a list of, let's say, 100,000 prospects, and you send out a promotion for a CPA offer, you can literally send them through a link that they click on in their email message that goes to the CPA offer with your email address already pre-populated into the form, and all they have to do is click submit. This is extremely, extremely powerful. So, I mean, what does it have to do with list building? What if you don't already have a list? Well, you can still do this when it comes to building a list, in the sense that what a lot of CPA marketers are doing is that with a little bit of coding, I mean, you have to know a little bit about just appending your affiliate link, and it'll be with a code given to you by your affiliate manager. If the email or zip submit allows you to pre-populate the email address or append the email address onto the affiliate link, you can literally have somebody come to your squeeze page, submit their email address, and then redirect them straight to the CPA offer with their email address already pre-populated into the CPA offer. So all they have to do literally is click submit, and you'll get credit or a commission for that particular offer. And two, if you're building a single opt-in list, you've already gained a subscriber, you've got a CPA commission, and that's an example of basically getting paid for building your list. And I know of guys who have made as much as $2,000 to $3,000 a day in CPA commissions, just simply going through the exercise of building a list and then sending the prospect to a pre-populated CPA offer. So something to definitely look at. It's a great way to offset your paid traffic costs by doing that. So you might want to learn a little bit more about that by reading this particular blog post. So now, what is step one to kind of promoting email or zip submits or CPA offers via email. Well, one of the things that's worked extremely well for me in the past that I'm going to teach you over the next few slides is that I've built a lot of email funnels in a variety of different CPA markets. And what I mean by that is that one of the things that you'll notice when you join a CPA network is that many different companies offer basically the same type of CPA offer. I know that you've seen multiple different iPod offers, multiple different iPad offers, multiple different Best Buy gift card offers, multiple different dating offers, multiple different Visa gift card offers. Basically, there's a lot of different companies competing for prospects, and they're basically creating the exact same front end. Get a free iPad, submit your email address. What I have a tendency to do is to build a theme around these particular offers. Like I'll pick a market like iPads, where there are 4 or 5 different advertisers who are promoting different iPad offers. And what I'll do is I'll build a whole email list based on that particular market. So let me tell you the first thing that you're going to want to do is when you're building a theme around a particular CPA market, you're going to go out and you're going to go register a domain. Okay. And the reason for that is obviously what you're going to be doing is you're going to be creating landing pages, and you want to put those landing pages on that particular domain. You can go to a place like nameboy.com, and it gives you good suggestions for just throw in some relevant keywords like free iPad, and it'll give you suggestions of domain names that are currently available that have those keywords in there. The next step is to get a reliable web hoster. You can go to places like HostGator and get as cheap as $4.95 hosting per month. So it's not that expensive. If you go out and you register a domain name for as little as $8, get hosting for $5 a month, you can literally get started for like $13 in your first month. Okay. Then you're going to move on to step 3, and that's basically create a landing page, or create a landing page in whatever market that you're going to be promoting. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to promote front-end CPA offers on this page. It can be a single CPA offer. It can be multiple CPA offers. Really it all comes down to testing. Obviously, if you start promoting multiple CPA offers on the front end, it could result in a higher front-end value for you if the prospect fills out both different CPA offers. Okay. But the most important thing is what you want to include on that landing page is an opt-in box on your web page for the lead capture. Okay, because the call to action here is not so much the front end CPA offer, it's capturing the leads on the front end so that you can build that list. Now, for many of you who might be watching this saying to yourself that you've never created a landing page, you don't know how to create a landing page, I think it's important at this point, and especially in any sort of internet marketing, that you do at least have the basic skills to build an HTML page. If you've never done any sort of HTML coding, I highly recommend that you do maybe put Google the words HTML training or HTML web designing and start learning at least the basic skills to HTML editing. There's a lot of programs that are free out there that you can download that are HTML editors, that once you start fooling around those programs and you start getting familiar with how HTML editing works, you can be able to create the basic landing page. And some of the landing pages that you'll see here are not rocket science. They're very, very simple landing pages. In fact, some people might even call them ghetto landing pages. That's how simple they are. Nothing fancy, don't look corporate at all, and in fact look ghetto-ish. But those are kind of the landing pages that convert the best. Now, if you're still uncomfortable with creating a landing page, then this is something that you can easily outsource on a place like elance.com or guru.com. There's people all over the world who can build landing pages for you for just a few dollars. If you don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of building the HTML landing pages, maybe you can find somebody on one of these sites, or maybe even other outsourced sites that'll do it for you and save you time and the energy. And if you're willing to pay a few bucks to get somebody to do that, then you can definitely also go that route. Now, here's an example I had alluded to earlier on that I had gotten in the baby market. Specifically, I found was on a lot of CPA networks there were a lot of diaper-related offers. Now, and I know that women have been having babies since the birth of mankind, and that's not going to change anytime soon. I mean, every day there are people and couples having babies. So this is a market that's got a lot of longevity and is not going to be going anywhere for a very, very long time. So that is one of the other reasons why I decided to get into this market. I mean, you don't necessarily have to get into a market that has a lot of longevity. You can take advantage of trends. You can take advantage of certain spikes. For example, iPads. iPads, obviously when they first came out, the search volume and the people buying them was at peak level. And you could build a market around there and kind of monetize on that market by promoting iPad related CPA offers, and then maybe selling iPad accessories in your email funnel. I mean, it's a huge market. And so you don't have to necessarily go into a market that's always going to be around. You can take advantage of trends, because I've seen some trends last as long as 2-3 years. I mean, when it comes to ringtones, I've made millions of dollars in CPA commissions promoting ringtones because that lasted a good 2 to 3 years. Now, just kind of going back to this example, you can see it's a very, very basic landing page, a simple red headline, and then a simple tagline. Dear parent, I came across 2 really good offers on free brand name diapers such as Pampers, Huggies, Loves, and more that only take seconds to sign up for. So now you can see here I'm trying to pre-sell the prospect on the landing page, and then I say check it out below, as they are both free diaper offers. And now these creatives were simply pulled right from the CPA networks. I didn't do anything fancy. I just pulled the creatives, pulled them here, and then put a link to the through my affiliate link that goes straight to the offer. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is it says here opens in a new window. One of the things that you want to do, especially if you're promoting multiple CPA offers on the front end, is make sure that when they click on the offer that it does open up in a new browser window, because if you don't do that, you might lose the prospect. You want to keep them here on your landing page so that they'll come back and maybe possibly fill out the second offer. And before they do that, they'll fill out their name and their email address, and they'll opt into your list. And you can even see here that I've put this in bold black. We do not rent or sell your email address. We hate spam just as much as you do. And I do that for the fact that you want to reassure the prospect that you're not a spammer, and gives them a more of a compelling reason to join your list. And you can see here, join our free mailing list to receive other great baby-related offers. Because one of the things you'll also notice on CPA networks is that there's not only just baby diaper offers, there's baby sample offers, baby food offers, a wide variety of different baby offers that you could promote, even some short form offers for baby related offers, not necessarily email or zip submits that pay as much as $3.50 or $4. That can go a long way towards helping you make a lot more money. So in this particular example, you can see I'm promoting 2 front end offers and my opt-in. Now, if you want to take it a step further, one of the things that I did do was I created a pop-up box on this particular page. And I used this pop-up box to promote a third CPA related offer. Now, you don't necessarily have to do that. If you feel that's an overkill, you can use a pop-up window to grab the opt-in instead. Give them another compelling reason why they need to give you their email address. And there's a couple of programs out there that, if you Google it, you can find that will create unblockable pop-up windows. So even if somebody's got a pop-up blocker, set up on their browser, it can still beat that if you find the right program to do that. Now, I know that many of you who are involved already in internet marketing realm have seen a lot of these exit scripts. When you've tried to exit from a page, then all of a sudden a pop-up exit pop-up pops up. Promoting in the internet marketing realm, generally those pop-up windows are for downsells or upsells or last-minute recaptures or price changes. I mean, like I mentioned before in a previous slide, why not use some of these internet marketing tactics in non-internet marketing tactics, because they will be far more effective, because generally people or prospects in non-internet marketing markets have not seen these tactics. Here's the example. I used a script called Impact pop-ups, and what it does is it pops up this little note right here. When you're finished signing up for the free diaper offers below, make sure you click on this for $500 free Huggies. And if they click on this particular pop-up window, once again it opens up a brand new browser window, and they fill out a third CPA offer. So now you can see here on the front end, instead of direct linking to the CPA offer making $1.75, now I have an opportunity to make maybe $1.75 here, $1.55 here, maybe $2 here. and grab the prospect's email address to continually be able to promote to them. Now, step 5, what you're going to do is you're going to create your thank you page, and I recommend that you build a double opt-in list, okay? Because this will reduce the amount of spam complaints you'll get, and you'll only get serious prospects coming into your email funnel, okay? Now, on my thank you page, what I normally do in markets is I give clear instructions on how to confirm the prospect to get onto my list. That's basically the main thing that I do on my thank you page. I want to pre-sell the prospect on why they need to get onto my email list. And once I have done that, I've gotten the prospect to opt into my list by confirming the double opt-in link. What I do is with that confirmation link that they click on, in Aweber or GetResponse, you can basically redirect that prospect to any page you want, whether it's a success page on your website, a CPA offer, anywhere you want to send that prospect. That can be configured with your Aweber list or your GetResponse list. And think about it, I believe step 6, building your one-time offer, is very important, because if the prospect is double opting into your list, the prospect is already hot. Okay, they're hot, and if they're hot at that moment, you want to grab that prospect and convert that prospect even into more money. What I do is once they confirm their email address by double clicking the link in the email, they're redirected to a page where I thank them for obviously confirming their email address, but I also place another related offer and tell them that they'll only see it once. Essentially, they're seeing a one-time offer or an OTO. And I run a script that basically, when they refresh the page, the OTO disappears, that offer disappears. And I do this because I want to maintain my credibility. I mean, when I say to the people that this is the only time you're going to see this, you want them to fill it out at that moment. So when they do try to go back to that page, the offer is gone. And I've had people email me saying that, making up excuses, oh, my computer crashed at that moment, or something got screwed up, I accidentally hit the reload button, who want to come back and fill out that OTO. And I've always sent them back to how they can fill out that OTO. But some people, I guess it's human nature, they'll challenge you to believe. And we're living in a skeptical world, especially online. They don't believe that it truly is a one-time offer. So I truly did make it a one-time offer. The other thing that you want to do on your page is you want to write down your no spam policy. Okay, you just kind of want to reiterate it again, because the longer you can keep the prospect on your list, generally the longer you'll be able to make more money off of that prospect. Now, I'm just going to show you an example here of what the thank you page looks like when somebody double opts in. This is the thank you page example, not the success page. This is what I do. I give them thank you. Now check your email account, and I tell them basically one last step to do. You will now receive a confirmation email from, and I list the email address that they're going to get the email from, so that they can look for that. And actually, I've put the one-time offer right here on the thank you page, so that when they click on this, I can make another, let's say, $1.50 on this particular offer. You can see how many related offers there are. And if you go to a place like offervault.com, and just type in diapers, you will get a multitude, or just type in baby, you'll get a multitude of different baby-related CPA offers that you can build a whole funnel around. Here's an example of a success page example. They've confirmed their subscription. Once again, check out this great baby offer below. Now, this is not even a diaper offer. Now, this is a $1,000 baby gift card offer. A baby gift card offer that they fill out. Once again, you can get paid $1.50, $2. Now, if you think back to all the different slides I've shown you in the past 5 minutes, you can see that there has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different CPA offers that I've put in front of my prospect's face, and depending on how fast they go through this front-end funnel, they could see these 5 offers within a 5-minute span. And if they double opted into your list, chances are they're a very, very hot prospect. And even if they filled out 3 out of the 5 different offers, you've made triple what you would have made had you directly linked to the offer and just played the invisible affiliate game where they never knew you existed. So I think you could see how powerful building your own email list, because you're building an asset. You're basically getting paid to build your asset and continually promote to these prospects as long as they remain on your list. Now let's talk about the back end. Like I talked before, the back end is going to bring in 90% of all your revenue if you build it correctly. So even if you made $7-8 on the front end, you could considerably make a lot more than that on the back end, but only if you build your back end properly. Now, what you want to do is you want to build a number of messages promoting related offers to that particular list. Okay, you want to build, what I like to say is build a relationship with it. I mean, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to continually blast out CPA offers to that prospect until they unsubscribe, you can do that. But I think in the long run, you'll make a lot more money if you start trying to build a list and promote maybe higher quality offers. Now, one of the things that I did as far as the baby list is concerned to build a relationship was I always tell stories in my emails. And being a parent and having kids who were at the baby age at one point, I kind of went through the whole experience of diapers and kids. And I used to talk, and I used to relay stories to my list about, when my son was born, he used to pee in his diaper. It used to go all over his sleepers. And when you start storytelling to your prospects through your email list, they can equate to you better. It starts developing a list so that when you do eventually pitch something, whether it's a CPA offer or maybe a more high quality offer on, let's say, a Commission Junction or a ClickBank, they will be more receptive to listening to you and following through on whatever you're willing to promote. And you'll be able to tell this by measuring the click-throughs and the open rates on your messages and the conversions. I mean, traditionally what you'll find is if you're going to continually pitch your prospect, you're going to see maybe a 80% open rate on the first message, a 60% open rate on the second message, a 30% open rate on the third message, a 10% open rate on the fourth message, and that's not really the way you want to go. You want to keep it so that the open rate is at least, I mean, you're going to probably generally see a steady decline because of undeliverables or just prospects who are immune to your offers, but you don't want it to be a drastic kind of rate of open rate dropping. You want to keep it kind of steady. That way, if the prospect obviously doesn't open your email, they're never going to see what you have to offer. So you really have to put a focus on, number one, the subject lines you use. The subject lines you use in your email messages, because it's the subject line that dictates whether your prospect is going to open your email or not. Okay, so the subject rate dictates the open rate. Okay. Now, the content or the body of your email basically dictates the click-through rate. The body of your email and what you write in your email dictates the click-through rate. And with that being said, obviously the offer that you promote and the way you promote it in your email message dictates the conversions, okay? How much effort you put into convincing your prospect that they need to fill out this particular offer or buy this particular thing will have a direct impact on the conversions. And these are all the things that you're going to want to test and tweak. Because if you can make little tweaks to every step of the way, that can increase conversions dramatically, okay? It can increase to conversions dramatically, so keep that in mind. One of the other things that you want to do in your email messages is to mask your affiliate links. You don't want to appear like a blatant affiliate offer or that you're just trying to pitch something. And you can do this by simply redirecting the prospect using an HTML redirect through your website so that they never see that it's an affiliate link. And one of the things that you're going to notice with is a lot of CPA networks, a lot of their affiliate URLs, a lot of their affiliate links are on email blacklists. And Aweber or GetResponse will tell you that they're going to have a huge problem delivering that email because your affiliate URL is on a blacklist. So that's the other advantage of redirecting the traffic through a web page on your website first, is that the likeliness of your message being identified as spam and being put into a junk folder will dramatically drop if you are redirecting them. One of the other tactics that I can give you that's worked extremely well for me when it comes to building a list is always remind your prospects about the front-end CPA offers. And what I mean by that is that when you notice the first few pages of the baby offer, there were baby CPA offers. In the very first email message that I send out to prospects after they've confirmed their email address, I thank them once again for joining my list, but once again I reiterate these front-end CPA offers. And by telling them that, if they'll go back, if they missed it filling out any of the CPA offers or didn't fill it out at all, they will be once again reminded and more inclined to filling out those CPA offers, and you end up making more money. So always include a recap of the original front-end offers in the very first. Now, what you're gonna see over the course of building your backend in your email funnel, whether it's 10 emails, whether it's 50 emails, or whether it's 100 emails, you're going to pretty soon be able to calculate the lifetime value of your prospect after, and this is normally done after one prospect has completely gone through your entire email funnel. You'll be able to see the exact value of the prospect, okay? And this basically allows you to determine how much a visitor is worth to you. And when you figure that amount, whether it's $5, $9, or $20, and it's not that hard to do, a rough calculation is simply to take your list at the beginning of the year, take your list at the end of the year, add them up, and then divide them by 2, and that will be your average number of subscribers that you had on the list throughout the year. Take how much money you made from your list that year, divided by the number of people on that list, and that basically gives you a rough calculation of what the lifetime value of a prospect is. And when you know that number, then you'll be able to go to a Google or an MSN Ad Center or a LookSmart or 7Search or wherever you're buying traffic from and adjust your bids accordingly. Okay, adjust your bids accordingly. You might, after doing this calculation, realize that instead of sending prospects to your website for 10 cents, you can afford to now bid 20 cents, which could more than triple your traffic, get more people through your funnel, and at the end of the day, obviously make more money for you. And it's basically never-ending residual value. I mean, yes, initially setting up the initial funnel and the initial back end can take a lot of work, but it's all pretty much on autopilot once it is set up. And like I said, you set it up properly, there can be a considerable amount of money. I mean, with the baby list, where's this? I could have easily started promoting cribs on Amazon or baby strollers on Amazon, and that can add up to considerable amount of commissions. Instead of simply CPA offers paying out $1 or $2 or $3, I could have started making hundreds of dollars by promoting higher end, more tangible, more high quality offers to the prospects that I put on my baby list. So that basically wraps up email marketing with CPA offers. I think that if you want to kind of concentrate on a particular niche or a particular market when it comes to CPA marketing, that will probably give you a better chance of making money in that market rather than directly linking to an offer and then losing 90% of your prospects. And then obviously it can be aggravating when you're paying for all the traffic and 90% of the prospects are disappearing. I think in the long run you'll feel a lot better building an email list so that you can continually promote to that particular prospect, especially when it comes to promoting high-end offers like Credit Report. You can grab them into a funnel by giving them maybe not even promoting a CPA offer at all on the front end, and maybe just giving away a free report on how to improve your credit or something like that, and then promote within your emails where to get free credit report scores, where to get free credit repair, and all of the stuff that you see available in finance categories on CPA Network. So, like I said, all you have to do is join a service like Aweber or GetResponse, set up your email front end, set up your email back end, and then just drive traffic to that funnel and watch your CPA commissions increase.